excited for today because we're making a recipe from scratch once again, but it's so important for today's because we're using the first harvest of apples from the trees that we planted last year. And I'm so excited. I looked the recipe up that I wanted to make. I've never made it before, so we're gonna make it together with our homegrown apples today, and that is called Easy Apple Pie Cookies. So let's go ahead and get started. So here are the apples that we got off our Golden Delicious apple tree this year. And the recipe I'm making right now calls for 6 apples, but this one being this small probably won't have a lot of apple on it, so I might mix in, well I will, mix in a couple apples from the fridge that I've gotten at the greenhouse, and we will fill our void of apples with that. But what I'm gonna do to start is I'm going to peel and cut all of these into little bite-sized pieces, like little diced pieces, and then we will put all of the ingredients together and get making this apple pie cookie. So guys, I'm just so excited. Like, to be able to go in your backyard and produce food and bring it in and create a meal or a snack or something with it, there's just something so fulfilling about it. I have no idea what these apples are gonna look like when I cut into them, because you can see there's a couple spots on them that bugs got to, but I'm sure we're gonna get some out of it. So let's go ahead, get these peeled and cut, and then we'll jump right into the recipe. Okay, so we have all of the apples here in a saucepan. Now what I'm going to do, and you can see the difference. The ones that are a bit darker were the apples from our tree, and the lighter ones I added in from the fridge. So you're gonna cut and peel and cube 6 apples. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of my apples just into another bowl, and in this saucepan, I'm going to add in the butter. So we're gonna need ½ cup of unsalted butter, and then the cinnamon, which is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and we're gonna melt it, and then we're gonna add back in these apples, brown sugar, vanilla extract, lemon juice, nutmeg, salt, and water. So let's get the butter melted down, add the cinnamon to it, get that mixed well, and then we'll add the apples back. And let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is what you're looking for. You want your butter melted and your cinnamon mixed in well. Now you're gonna add back in your apples to the butter and cinnamon. Okay, so I've got them all mixed in. Now I'm going to add in, let me grab my things here. So you're gonna add in the brown sugar, vanilla extract, lemon juice, nutmeg, salt, and water, and you're gonna mix it until combined. And what we're gonna need for that is 2/3 cups of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, ½ a teaspoon of nutmeg. I don't have nutmeg, so I'm not gonna be adding that. 4 tablespoons of water, and 1/3 teaspoon of kosher salt. So let's go ahead and add all of that to our pot now. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like now that it's well combined. So now you're gonna put the lid on, turn to medium-low, and let this simmer for about 5 minutes. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna add in the cornstarch. So let's cover this and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been simmering for about 5 minutes covered. I'm going to turn it off. And what you're going to do is you're going to get 4 teaspoons of cornstarch with a tiny bit of water, and you're going to make it liquefied like this. And then you're going to pour it into your apples. And you're going to stir it, and it's going to thicken. And then you're going to set it aside to cool. So just make sure when you're stirring this, let's see here, that it's all incorporated well, and you don't have any clumps of any cornstarch. But see how it's thickening, and the juice isn't so juicy anymore. It's hard to do this looking through the camera. But you're going to stir it all up, see how it's thick. And now what you're going to do is you're just going to set this entire mixture to the side once you have it all mixed together well, and you're going to let this cool. So we're going to set this aside, let it cool, and now we will make the dough for the cookies. Okay, so here are the apples. They've sat for a couple hours. They're very thick, as you can see. I'm tipping them, and they're very thick. So now we're going to go ahead and make the cookie dough. Okay, so now we're making the dough, and what we're going to do, so you can either just use a bowl with an electric mixer, or if you have a stand mixer, you can go ahead and use that. So in a large mixing bowl, you're going to add room temperature butter, brown sugar, granulated sugar, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and salt. And what we're going to need for the measurements is we're going to need 1 cup of butter, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of granulated sugar, and half a teaspoon of salt. And then you're going to mix that around, and then you're going to add the eggs, and then mix it again, and you're going to need 2 eggs. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we will do the next steps from there. So this is what it looks like with all of the things we just needed to do. So we did that. Now let's go ahead and do the next steps. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in the flour, cornstarch, baking powder, baking soda, and mix until it's just combined, and don't over mix it, and then that's gonna be the dough. So we're gonna add in, let's see, we didn't do the cinnamon, did we? We didn't do the cinnamon. I'm going to add in the cinnamon right now and mix it again, and then we'll do the next steps. Okay, so we're going to add in now the 1/3 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and 3 cups of flour. So let's add that in and mix it up. Don't over mix it, and then our dough will be ready. Okay, so that's just mixed. You don't want to over mix it. And you're just going to scrape that off, and there's our dough. Okay, so here is the dough, and we're going to put it on the cookie sheet. Okay, so you're going to preheat your oven to 350 for at least 10 minutes, and then you're going to scoop out 18 cookie dough balls, place them on a parchment-lined baking sheet, and then roll each cookie into a ball and create a thumbprint using your finger. And then you're going to bake the cookies for 10 minutes. And then when you take them out of the oven, immediately reshape the cookie using a spoon or your thumb, and fill each cookie with a tablespoon of the pie filling. And then you're gonna leave them on the counter. So let's get them all rolled out and pressed a thumb in them, and then we will get them in the oven baking for 10 minutes. Okay, so this is what they look like. I pushed my thumb down in, and then I just used my finger and kind of pushed down a little bit to make a little bit of like a hollow, not all the way through, but a dip. Now we're gonna put them into a preheated oven of 350 for at least 10 minutes. And we're make sure it's been preheated for 10 minutes. And then you're going to bake the cookies in the oven for 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and bake the cookies. Okay, so I'm gonna take them out of the oven in 43 seconds, and they're gonna not have a big indent anymore, so we're gonna immediately give them another indent. So I'm just gonna use this spoon and push the center down so it's hollow like before, or just press down a bit. And then we're gonna let them just sit for a second. I'm gonna take the apple pie fill and I'm gonna put a scoop into that indent, and then I'm gonna transfer them to a wire rack to chill until they're cooled down. And I'm gonna do another round until they're all made, and then we'll show you what they look like. There they go, we're ready to come out. Ow, my knee, jeepers. Okay, so this is what they look like. See how they're not very indented anymore? They've kind of puffed up. They're just gonna take a spoon and push down straight away like this. You can kind of just turn it from side to side, push down so there's a indent. I thought they were going to be more squishy, but they're not. I'm guessing it's from the cornstarch in the recipe. I'm going to push them all down like this. You can see that there. And then I'm going to take the apples and just put a scoop into the center of each cookie like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these, and then I'm going to transfer them to the wire rack, and I will give you a look at what they look like. Okay, so here are the cookies. Guys, how delicious do these look? I might have put too much filling. It says to put a tablespoon in each cookie. So I did about that. And they look absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish making them all. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is the recipe for apple pie cookies. And I'm so excited to try one. So there we go. I'm super happy with how this recipe turned out. It was actually very easy, and it smells delicious. I took little sample tests of the ingredients all the way through, and it's tasted good. I'm excited to try one. Let me show you the bottom, because I never got to do that. Nice and golden brown with apple pie filling. And I'm so excited to say that these apples came from the tree in our backyard that we planted last fall, wasn't it, babe? Yeah. Last fall. So 1 year full circle, we've harvested apples off of our tree, and this is the dessert that I chose to make with them. So if you guys give this recipe a try for yourselves, let me know down below in the comments how it turns out for you. I'm excited to hear. And if you know somebody who loves apple desserts, pass this video along, and I'm sure they would love to give it a try. And as always, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate every single one of you for following along on this journey that we're on. And if you're ever looking to link arms and do something from home, I am a part of an incredible community, and I'm always looking to link arms with like-minded women who just want to do more of what they love. And, you know, whether that be in the kitchen making more homemade foods or whatever it is in your garden, there's a link in my bio. Click it, check it out, and I would love to have a talk with you. But you guys, I'm excited to go give these a try and then finish making the rest of them. So let me know again, like I said, if you give them a try, and as always, ring that bell, subscribe so you never miss a video like this one, and I will see you back here next time. Bye.